Welcome back to episode 19. Good morning, guys. This is Jimin, your new team leader. Uncle stared at his ex-boyfriend standing right in front of it, absolute astonishment, surprise, and worry flashed across Jimin's features as he took in Jian Jungkook's walking as a mere employee. Jimin couldn't believe they were in the same company and same team too. There were lots of questions Jimin wanted to ask Jungkook, but refrained himself, disclosing the fact that they had dated in the past would do no good to either of them. It would only create an awkward atmosphere at the office. It was afternoon. Everyone had left for the lunch except Jungkook and Jimin. They didn't know how to greet each other. They didn't know what they should be feeling seeing each other after months. Surprise was definitely high on the list, but sadness was there too. Jimin, Jungkook, what are you doing here? Jimin asked. JK, I work here. Jimin, that I can see, but why? JK, I thought you would already know. Jimin, why would? JK, my parents disowned me, so I'm here. Jimin's eyes widened in shock. Jimin, what? Why? JK, they wanted me to divorce Taehyung, but I refused, so they disowned me. Jimin, but why? What? They were the one who wanted you to marry him. We broke up because Jimin took a deep breath. He felt overwhelmed. Jimin, what made them change their mind? Is Taehyung not rich enough for them now? Jungkook could see how much this all affected Jimin. JK, it's not because of money, it's personal. I can tell you. I'm sorry, Jimin, but I need. Fine, I don't need to know what's going on in your life. Jimin said. JK, it's not like that, Jimin. It's about Jimin. I don't care whatever it is. I was just curious when I saw you here. Jimin, I understand, so I think you don't want anyone here to know about your past, right? JK, yeah. Jungkook nodded. Jimin, I agreed. JK, let's just pretend we don't know each other. Jimin, okay. Jimin was still processing everything when he reached home. Yoongi called him a few times, but Jimin was in his own world. Yoongi, Jimin, Yoongi, yeah. Jimin, yeah. Yoongi, what has got you thinking like that? Anything happened? Jimin, I met Jungkook today. Yoongi, okay. Jimin, he is working in the same company and he is on the team I am leading. Jimin, elaborate. Yoongi, why is he working there? Isn't he super rich? Jimin, his parents disown him. Yoongi, oh, that tough luck. Jimin continued. Jimin, they wanted him to divorce them, but he refused. So Jimin took a sticky breath. Jimin, it shouldn't matter anymore, but I just. Yoongi, Jimin, it's okay. Let it out. Don't keep it all inside. Yoongi pulled him into for a hug. Jimin, I feel so angry. Yoongi, I know I shouldn't, but it feels so unfair. His parents broke us apart and forced him to marry Taehyung, and now they want them to divorce. Why? Yoongi, Jimin, Yoongi, it just feels so unfair. It has nothing to do with me anymore, but yet I felt it and disconcerting. Jungkook stood up to them. He took Taehyung's side. He stood by Taehyung's side, even though they disowned him. He did all that, went against his parents and wishes. Why couldn't he do that for me? Why did he never stood up for me? Why did he let go of our relationship so easily? How could he let go of my hand like that? Jimin sobbed. Yoongi, Jimin, baby, it's all in the past now. He was a coward. Jimin, but he's not anymore. When it comes to his husband, I don't know why I'm acting like this. Yoongi asks Yoongi, do you still like him? Jimin turned his head sharply. Jimin, no, absolutely not. I don't like him anymore. It just hurts to know whatever I had with Jungkook, it's over, but I don't even know who I am angry with. I just felt wronged somewhere. Yoongi, baby, I understand to know that you weren't important enough for that person to fight for you. Jimin, I desperately wanted him to fight for us, but he didn't, Jimin said in dejected tone. Yoongi rejoined, Yoongi, it's his loss. He lost someone as precious as you. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. He is happy with his husband. He had found his happiness. So why are you the only one suffering like this? Let go of it, Jimin. Jimin, you're right. I was just being silly, Yoongi. No, you aren't. I'm glad you confided in me about your feelings. Yoongi, of course. After all, I have Park Jimin as my boyfriend. Jimin, why don't you show your boyfriend how much you love him? Jimin teased Yoongi, you have your way with words. Yoongi carry him to the bedroom. Then it's around. Then is JK, what? Jungkook asked hurriedly. My tummy Tete is getting round. JK, good. You were too skinny before then powdered there, but now I'm too round. It's all your fault, JK. How is it my fault? You feed Tete tasty food. Jungkook smiled. JK, then you should exercise. Tete is lazy. Jungkook smiled. JK, then should I think of another way to burn calories? How? JK, let it be. It's harder. Taehyung is too young for it. Tete is too young for it. Taehyung frowned. Tell me. JK, no. Jungkook, tell me. JK, you look pretty. Tete does. Taehyung blushed. You are changing the subject. JK, I find it amazing that you still blush whenever I compliment you. I'm hungry. JK laughs at that, pouting. Taehyung, JK, should I cook? Maybe not. My food is making you fat. I should stop cooking, right? Taehyung heard Jungkook wouldn't cook for Tete. Jungkook stood in front of Taehyung. JK, is there anything in this world I wouldn't do if my Tete will tell me to? To Chichi, now go make cheesy sandwich. JK, as you wish. Jimin was making dinner when Yoongi barged into the kitchen looking frantic. Yoongi, what happened? Jimin, um, Jimin, Yoongi fainted. Jimin, first calm down. Yoongi, you wouldn't believe who I met today. Jimin, who? And now who is that? Jimin asked. Yoongi, he is an assemblyman, but before he went into politics, he was a well-known in the business field. You have never heard about him? Jimin, nope. So how did you meet him? Yoongi frowned. Yoongi, well, that's interesting. My manager said Lim's secretary asked for me. Jimin, why would he? Yoongi, I can't believe I met him. He is charmistic in real life too. He is pretty too. Jimin narrowed his eyes. Jimin, how pretty are you talking about? Pretty to look at? Oh, pretty enough to date? Jimmy, Yoongi clenched nervously. Yoongi, baby, he is nothing in front of you. You are my number one. Jimmy, so he can be number two. Yoongi, never. I have Guinevere, I have place for only one person and you are already occupied at time escape. It was Tuesday morning and Taehyung was finishing his third cupcake for the day. When his phone rang, he declined the call since it was a known number, but when the call kept coming, they picked it up. Hey, hello, Taehyung. Oh, who is this? He asked. Unknown. You can't recognize my voice. I'm hurt. They Lim. What the heck, Lim? No crushing baby words like that. Don't shoot that short mouth of yours. They shut up, psycho. Lim calling. Name calling, huh? Even though enduring when you do it, they. What did you call me? He asked angrily. Lim, you are well known. Where did you make your decision? I am not going to listen to you at all. I am happy with the things as they are now. Lim, really? I wouldn't be sure if it ever you wouldn't fall for your tricks. Lim, that there is no trick. Taehyung, did Jungkook tell you that he met Jimin? Lim is marked. What? Lim seems like he didn't. He is working in the same company as Jimin. So what, Lim? They see each other every day. What do you think will happen? Nothing. I trust Jungkook, so stop trying to break us apart. Lim is curve. Lim, I trust. Time will show you how fragile trust is. Don't say I didn't warn you. I don't need you to warn me. I will handle whatever happens. Lim, I assure you that you wouldn't be able to handle the consequences if you don't do as I say. If you want to see your marriage turn into a nightmare, be my guest. You Lim Taehyung, I'm offering you such a sweet deal. I'm not asking you to divorce or leave Jungkook. If you want, then stay with him, your choice. I'm only asking you few nights. And to sweeten the deal, I will have Jungkook restrained in a big corporation that suits his qualification. Heck, be away from Jimin and making enough money to live in luxury. Please stop. I don't want to listen to your bullshit anymore, Lim. It's not bullshit, baby. You will realize that soon enough. Maybe by then it will be too late. What do you mean by that, Lim? Taehyung, my patience warning. You don't want to watch it all fall apart, do you, Tae? Taehyung disconnected the call. He couldn't bear to listen anymore. He was frightened. He could feel his heart beating wildly. Should he tell Jungkook? Then what? Jungkook will try to confront Lim, and he knew very well that wouldn't end well. And was Jungkook really walking with Jimin? Did Jungkook didn't tell him? Taehyung trusted Jungkook, but Jimin's name still shook him. Jungkook said he was over Jimin, but he couldn't forget of how Jungkook had almost killed himself for that guy. You don't forget love like that easily. Jungkook was ready to die because he couldn't be with Jimin anymore. So how could he react walking with Jimin daily? Would there be no feelings involved, and wouldn't Jimin try to make needy his Jungkook? He didn't know what sort of person Jimin was, but he couldn't help but think of him a negative like Taekook. Of Jungkook and he was going to stay by his side for as long as they lived. But if Jungkook cheated on him again, God knows what they will do. He felt suffocated. The fear of losing Jungkook was driving him crazy. On top of that, he was scared Lim would do something. That guy was upset and Taehyung was sure he wouldn't leave them alone, even though he hated to admit it. But some of things Lim said was true. Taehyung was the reason Jungkook was struggling like this, and no matter how much Jungkook loved him, he must resent JK a little. Guilt, fear, insecurities were overdoing his senses. He felt overwhelmed and lost. Should he tell Jungkook or not? Jimin was explaining the current project they would be working on his team when Jungkook stumbled into the meeting room, complete out of breath. JK, I'm sorry, I got stuck in traffic. Jimin reprimanded. Jimin, next time come early instead of giving excuses. JK, sorry sir. Jungkook apologized. He selflessly took his seat and discussion resumed. Now it was Jungkook's turn to present his idea for the upcoming project. JK had worked hard on it and was pretty sure it was a good proposal, but as soon as he started his presentation, Jimin found something or other to complain about, and since the mistake was replications on his hip pointed out weren't completely wrong or unjust, as Jungkook couldn't even say anything to Jimin. He just felt Jimin was being too harsh for such a small step, which if was done by anyone else, Jimin wouldn't react like that. His mood was completely spoiled for the rest of the day. JK got few calls from Taehyung, but he couldn't pick up because of the work, and he wasn't in mood to talk to anyone right now. But Taehyung kept calling him continuously, so JK wondered if something had happened. JK, Taehyung, what's wrong? Is everything alright? Jungkook asked frantically. Jungkook, Tete is missing you. JK, Taehyung, Tete. JK, Tete, look, I'm really busy right now. I will call you later. Taehyung, talk to Tete now. JK, Taehyung, I'm in the office. Look, lot of work is piled up. I don't have time. Taehyung front, you don't have time for Tete. Why? JK, Taehyung, I will talk to you when I came back. I will bring you favorite food from the restaurant, but right now I'm really busy. You are ignoring Tete. You are always busy. JK, Tete said he miss you, but you didn't say it back. You don't miss Tete anymore. JK, that's Tete. Do work later. Talk Tete now. JK, I can't. Tete, no more work. Tete. JK, please try to understand. I'm busy, and I have explained to you that so many times. Still, you call me at work almost every day, every other day. You should shouted at Tete. Why? You don't wanna talk to me, and now you are shouting at me. You don't like Tete anymore. JK said. JK, that's not true. You just don't understand. I do. Tete does. You don't love Tete anymore. JK, don't shout. Why not? You shouted too at me. Jimin came out of the office and asked Jungkook, Jungkook, get those files ready for we have another meeting with marketing team. JK, yes sir. Lashed out. Jungkook disconnected the call and he would deal with him when he will go home. Right now he had too much work to handle. JK could feel a headache coming on. It was almost an hour since they had been in the meeting when a call came from the reception that someone had come to meet Jungkook. When Dan see an angry Taehyung standing out there, he was stunned to see Taehyung there. To be continued. So everyone, what do you think about this episode? Comment it down. I'll see you again. Bye bye.